and welcome back to the channel and yet another episode of GPRO. This time we are starting season 105 but first we need to check out the last time. So last season I tried to relegate, but being negative after race 17, sadly I failed, so we didn't relegate and we are still in Master 1. So let's get going. Last season, before the last race, I already hired a driver to be using in Pro, but sadly we aren't in Pro, and this is him. Yes, so we aren't in Pro. If we go racing and now in Master with him, he will gain stats and experience, technical insights, and aggression from being slow. This would bring him over the 135 overall that is needed to be in Pro with a driver. So yes, we either need to get a new one or we do something silly. So I did some calculations. If I would be racing all 17 races with my driver, we wouldn't be able to keep him. Instead, if we did only 8 races in the season and didn't do fitness training, we should have enough overall space to work with to keep this driver and bringing into Pro. And we have even done a little bit of fitness training at the end of the season, but we will see when we get there. Yes, of course, the aggression gain can be higher than planned. Currently I planned with just 2. Well, what about sponsors getting unhappy and leaving? Yes, so there isn't any issue. We don't have any sponsor money coming in, so there won't be any sponsor to complain about that we aren't racing. So this shouldn't be a problem. The sponsor talkings and missing out of progress, I think it is okay with the sponsors we currently have going. Let's take a quick look into the game rules and the account that we currently have. Yes, in order to not retire from the game, we need to make sure that I, in this case in Master, at least race in the last 12 races of the season. So with doing only 8 races in the season, that should work out nicely. And of course we won't be doing the first 8 races of the season. We will be picking out the races that we partake in. Of course we also need to take a look at the tire supplier for the season. Yes, being slow at the back in a group, there is only one option, and that is the PP Rally tire. The other options don't really exist. Yes, they are 250k a race, and we won't be signing a contract just yet. We will be doing that when we go actually racing a race. So let's take a look at the race calendar. As we are only doing 8 races in the entire season, we don't need to do all the races, so we can skip race 4 of the season, where there is some high engine wear, so we just don't show up. So we will be picking out some races that have low parts wear for specific parts that would get all the money out of the parts before we end up smoking and retiring for the race, or finishing outside 112% race distance. Yes, but most likely at the end of the season we were doing a lot of races compared to the beginning. Yes, most likely we will do all those that are currently highlighted. And race 17 of the season is a question mark. And for testing, that means that most likely there won't be any testing sessions that we will be doing this season. There is a small possibility that I will end up doing 3 test sessions at the end of the season for some additional testing CCP for the car for next season. But that is still in question marks, as I don't really know if I really would like to do that. As for the car updates, there won't be any, so we will be starting with this car and ending with this car and taking these part levels into next season, as I'm not planning to buy any parts. This is also a thing that makes the possible testing program a little bit harder, so we will need to see what comes from that testing program. Let's dive into the financials of not racing. So I haven't raced in the first 2 races, and of course you still have some running costs that keep going. The salary of your driver, the staff, the facility cost, and the technical director, and the tire supplier if you have one. So not racing will lose you some money. Yeah, sadly I don't have any sponsor income at the moment, so I'm burning about 2.4 million a race. Let's take a look where I will be going out and racing on track. And here we have a lovely sheet that I from time to time use to plan my things. Of course, we haven't raced the first 2 races of the season, so we have lost some money, as you can see. And of course, the sheet doesn't really work nicely, so we need to put 1% damage in for the calculations. And currently, we don't have any cost for the tire supplier because I don't have any. If I would like to race, it's 250k. Yes, we still have a technical director, which cost about the same money, and we could decide to fire him and to save some cost on the long run. The facility cost will go down slightly because you will lose some facility levels slowly over time. Yes, and if we wouldn't race at Mugello, we would barely be into the positive. But I have been looking at the potential damage from the race. Yes, it looks nicely. Of course, we are doing zero risk. It's no point in using any risk. And the engine damage should be about 10% or something like that. It's slightly higher for the side pods, but that should be okay, because in all races that most likely will be lower. And also don't forget, it's a level 8 part, so it could be slightly why it's on the higher side. Yes, the gearbox is 17, but the engine is only 10%. I think Mugello is a good race to do, damage-wise, to get the most out of our car. So let's go and qualify for Mugello, and let's do the first race of the season. And that should earn us about 9 million in income. Expected to finish in qualifying and the race in last position. That this season that should be 40th. Hopefully there is a start crash or something like that, because if we change it to 39, it's almost the entire budget for the tires back. So hopefully someone crashes or doesn't qualify. So let's see what happens, and time to go qualifying. As I am going racing, I think the time has come to fire my technical director. We simply don't need him anymore, and he's just costing us money each race that we don't race. So yes, we can dismiss the technical director, and we will need to pay half the amount that we currently have to pay for him. So we should be saving about at least half, and it's exactly this amount. So in the long run, it should be beneficial to dismiss the technical director, and it's been confirmed. We have no longer a technical director. And of course, to go racing, we need to sign a tire supplier, which we haven't done yet so far. And sadly, there's only one option. The only real option that makes sense is the PP Rally. Yes, it's basically just the cheapest tire compound to have, so the least amount of cost. So let's sign the contract, and the contract has been signed, and we have now a tire supplier. Let's go and do the first qualifying of the season. Of course, we are expected to qualify in last position. It's on the colder side, so let's use extra soft. And we can't afford to do any practice laps because we simply don't want to pay for it. Pushing to the limit doesn't make sense, so I guess push a little and let's see what happens, and just simply drive the lap. I have completely no idea what this time means for the qualifying position. I think most likely it will be the last position. And of course, after Q1 comes a Q2, let's do a lap, so extra soft again. Yes, the same risk as Q1. And for fuel, we could do 10 liters of fuel, but I don't think we will be beating anyone in qualifying. So let's go safe and let's go for the normal 2-stop strategy here and drive the lap again. Completely no idea what that means for qualifying time and position. Most likely it's gonna be last. Today's video is sponsored by... Oh wait, I don't have any sponsors. Subscribe now. In the end, we qualified in 39th position, so we haven't qualified last, so we have already gained a little bit of money on the planning, so that's lovely to see. So let's see what happens in the race. So we are starting 39th, and hopefully we don't finish last, but we immediately lose a position at the start, and it looks like our pace is pretty similar as the cars in front, so let's see what we can do. Hopefully we have a better strategy for the race. Yes, it doesn't seem like we can get past. And then on lap 49 we have a technical pit stop, which puts us from 39 to 40th position. So that means that we are going to be finishing the race in last position, 40th, and sadly there is nothing we can do about it, but at least it was planned money-wise, so at least we don't lose anything. And of course we will be taking a look at the race analyze as well. So yes, we qualified 39th and then we lost the position. Yeah, no risk obviously. The driver got 3 aggression, whilst we have planned for a +2. So that's most likely due to the fact that we have finished last. So that isn't very nice. And then in lap 49 we got a random and we were in 39th position. So yes, that wasn't very nice to see, but at least we have a random when it doesn't really matter and it didn't put any more car damage on the car. And let's continue taking a look at the planning. And yes, indeed, we have done our race and we have earned some cash. We have filled in the damage. Yes, and then the next race we will be skipping, as we won't be doing the oval and getting 50% damage on the engine for finishing last. So we're skipping race 4, also skipping race 5 of the season for the same reasons pretty much. And then race 6 of the season might be doable, so I think we will be doing race 6 of the season. Of course we also would like to get some more cash for racing, that would be nice. And then we are skipping race 7. Then we are coming back for race 8 of the season. Then we skip race 9. We come back for race 10. Skip race 11. We do race 12 at Singapore with pretty low damage. And then we skip race 13 and 14, and then we have the last 3 races where I don't really know what we will be doing. We might be doing them all, but it depends on the driver and his stats, and we could end the season with about 35 million in cash, which would be really nice. So yes, we will be skipping the upcoming race on the oval, and we will be back for race 6 of the season. Qualified in a lovely 37th position, the best qualifying result of the season, and at the start we remained in 37th position, but it seems like we are able to fight with a couple of cars, so that is at least nice to see. And maybe even more is possible today. We'll see what happens. Yes, lovely, we gained a position, and can we get another one? Yes, lovely. We gained 2 positions in a couple of laps and we are now running in 35th. So let's go until the end, and we have managed to finish the race in a 35th position. And let's take a look at the race analyze for race 6 of the season. You can see that we started in 37th position, didn't use any risk. Yes, this time we only got 2 aggression on the driver, which is what we'd like to see. And in the end finished in 35th, and when we got in 35th, basically we remained there for the rest of the race, so that was lovely to see as well. And if we finish up looking at the financials, we can see that we supposed to have 9.3 million after the race, but because we qualified 37th and finished 35th, we suddenly have 10.6 million, so we made an additional 1.3 million this race, so we got more money than planned. Let's start with taking a look at the season standings after race 8 of the season, and so far we are relegated as planned. I have done 3 races this season so far, and we are planning to do some more. Yes, and race 8 is coming up in a second. We are planning to do race 10, race 12, 15, 16 and 17, and maybe some more, but that depends on the driver. Race 8 of the season here at Portimao, qualified in 38th position and not last, so let's get racing. And we have a nice start. We remain in 38 or 37th position. We seem to have the pace to not finish last, which is the goal of every race. And let's check out the finish. And we have finished the race in a lovely 36th position, so not in last place, which is what we like to see. So let's check the race analyze. Yes. Yes, so we started the race in 38th position, of course using 0 CT. The driver gained 2 aggression and not 3 if we would have finished last. So at 36th position is a lovely finishing position. And if we take a look at the planning sheet, we have qualified in 38th position and finished the race in 36th position. So we have earned $1 million extra than was planned. So everything is going fine so far. And we are not doing race 9 of the season. And we are racing yet again, this time race 10 of the season at Bramgarten, qualified in 38th position, so not last, so we made some additional money already, and it looks like we can finish in a 38th position as well, and so let's quickly check it out, and indeed we have finished the race in 38th position, so lovely. So let's take a look at the race analyze for race 10 of the season, and we have qualified in 38, got 2 aggression. Of course, we didn't use any risk, nothing really happened into the race, pretty boring one, and in the end finished 38, we made some additional money, and if we take a closer look into the Excel, we can see that we made about $1 million extra, that wasn't really planned, so that was a nice thing, and skipping the next race, and we should be doing race 12 of the season. We need to take quickly a break from racing and focus back on the driver. My driver has 5 races left and will end after race 16 of this season. So we need to do a contract extension this season. And of course, when you extend the contract, the driver will gain some motivation from it. And ideally, I need to lose the motivation before the end of the season. So we need to do the contract extension now. Ideally, you would like to have the contract ending in a few races into the season, so we have a few options, 3 or 5 races for the contract extension, so that means either after race 2 of next season or after race 4 of next season. I think going for 3 races for me should work the best, so let's do that. And yes, the contract has been signed. He has now received 50 motivation and is now above the overall limit, but we should be able to lose it. Race 12 at Singapore, qualified in 38th position, and we haven't gained any position, so there's nothing to be gained from here, and basically we can't do anything, so let's go until the end, and we have finished the race in 36th position, so we gained a few positions, so lovely, and I think we have made some money, so let's go and check it out in the race analyze. And coming up in the race analyze, we will be looking at the race 12 of the season here at Singapore, qualified in 38th position, 0 risk, only +2 aggression, and not anything else to report. We did some pit stops, we made some money, we finished in a lovely position, we made some money, and we made some money. Today's video is sponsored by... Oh wait, I don't have any sponsors. Subscribe now! Race 15 of the season here at Fuji, qualified in 36th position, as some cars didn't go racing, and we have a massive start crash, which is very beneficial for us, so that means a higher finishing position. Currently we are running in 32nd position, but sadly that won't last because my car will break quite early on lap 6, and we will be smoking until the end of the race. So let's go and check our finish position, and of course we have finished in last place, still running. And let's check the race analyze as well for race 15 of the season. Yes, qualified in 36th, got a car problem quite early on, only 2 aggressions, so that is a nice thing because we didn't finish last because other cars crashed. The brakes were damaged, but basically the entire car is going to be close to 100% damage, just smoking because of the high damage. Race 16 of the season, this time qualified at 35th position out of 38 cars, and we have gained a position at the start, so that is really lovely, but the car will break, and on lap 28 the car broke down, so not that early as last race, so hopefully that should be fine to finish for the full money reward, and in the end of the race we managed to finish in a 36th position, not last, which is really nice. And if we take a look at the race result, we can see that we well made it inside of the 112% race distance time to get the full money reward, so that's a nice thing to happen. And of course, let's take a look at the race analyze for race 16 of the season. Here at Anderstorp, qualified in 35th position, gained a position, but only got 2 aggression. And of course the car is badly broken now. Luckily we didn't smoke too early in the race, which meant we could get the full money reward from this race, which might be hard. And with just 1 race to go, I think it's safe to do driver training, as we have plenty of overall space at the moment, because we didn't finish last in the races that we did. So let's do some additional fitness training. That wasn't planned. So lovely, we got 2 more stamina for next season. And the last race of the season, qualified in 36 out of 38 cars, I believe, and we gained 2 positions at the start. But of course we aren't pushing at all, because the car is badly broken, and on lap 7 the car starts smoking, so it's very unlikely that we will finish the race. And on lap 20 we are still driving, but we are in 37th position, and on the following lap we retire from the race with a badly broken car, so we didn't finish the last race of the season. And the race analyze for the last race of the season here at Spa. Yes, we qualified 36, and then on lap 7 the car got a problem, and then on lap 20 or 21, how you want to say it, we retired from the race, but only a +2 in aggression. But of course in the end we still made a little bit of money, so that is all what really matters in this. And if we take a look at the driver, how he is looking after race 17 of the season, and we managed to keep him under 135 overall, so we'll be having him next season in Pro, with a contract of only 2 races left, and this is how he is currently looking after race 17 of the season. And let's take a look at the end of season things. Let's start off with the car page. It currently has some cut maps on it, because we haven't been here the entire season, and my testing points have basically gone at this stage, so that's something we need to work on next season. And let's continue with the financials. We have been here this season, so we haven't any cut maps. This season we have spent 44.5 million on all kinds of things. That involves basically just racing, and nothing really special has been done. We haven't done any testing, basically haven't trained the driver at all. Yes, not all the costs are in here. Also, we didn't buy any car parts, as you can see. And of course, we have some race earnings. We have earned 74.4 million. Yes, so most of it is from the race income, and a little bit from qualifying, but that's basically nothing for those races that we did. So we have made quite a lot of money without doing that much this season. And if we take a look at the financial overview, we can see that we made quite a lot of money. We started off with basically nothing, and we are ending / starting next season with 39.5 million in the bank, and ready to spend it, or not, you will see and find out soon. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon, and check out one of these videos if you haven't, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Goodbye!